I was sick. But ORSU finished auditing DSU and Saga, which is student affairs graduate institute. So we're sending them a list of questions that we have based on their expenses, and then once they get answered, I'll let you guys know. We'll make our final conclusions, and then I'll present it to the Senate. But just so you guys know.
Matt, do you have an update on anything?
In my last committee meeting, we proposed sanctions since Cotto didn't get impeached. So one of them
Are
was
sanctions listed in the Constitution?
no, it's not for some reason. A lot of things aren't listed in the Constitution. A full report on her pay for position, and we were thinking about we need to get how much she makes. You know how much she makes in general?
Well, based on how much me and Brandon do, I have kind of an estimate. It's also
Around 4,000 in there.
no, it's like 3,500 for fall and spring. Not throughout both semesters, if that makes sense. But we started getting paid once she was confirmed.
Okay, well, regardless, whatever her pay is, we're gonna.
But I do have an expenditure report from last year that I can forward.
Okay. Well, we were thinking about donating 15 to 20% of her stipend to the food pantry. Also, some other things, with proof, obviously. Some other things, we're volunteering at Panther Child. It's another spitballed idea out there. And then required reports for GPSE, and to go to every Senate on time.
So what was the change in course? Because I know before we had talked about impeachment, and now this whole... The only reason why I don't like this whole sanctioning thing is because there's no...
Wait, actually...
There's no vetting process through the Constitution, and that's the same issue we have with legislative aids. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, are you saying legislative aids aren't in the Constitution?
No, there's no vetting process. How can she hold it accountable? There's no vetting process for sanctions either. There's only a vetting process for if XYZ reason happens, if XYZ senator happens, then this person gets removed.
Then we just hope she would...
And it's not the example that I gave privately to Peter, which I'm going to share with you guys. It's not like Bernie Madoff went up to the court and decided his own sanctions. You get what I'm saying? That's not how due process works. And
no, she didn't decide her own sanctions. She just offered an alternative.
I have the recording from Senate on what she proposed for the Senate.
Well,
if we want, we can listen to it right now.
But her speech, maybe she's worded it poorly.
So
all right, fine. Let's go.
By the way, my whole committee are changing their vote from no to yes.
Okay, well,
my whole committee.
Let's hear the
and they will come to the Senate to make it clear.
That's 4 votes.
No, my whole committee will come to the Senate.
So that's what? 6 votes.
But do they have to be present at the last meeting?
Wait.
No, they are coming.
They're recording.
So if I wasn't there.
All right, we're gonna listen.
Yeah, let's listen to this. Movie time. Let's go.
No, we're not.
Just somebody text him.
Good afternoon, and I wanted to begin by thanking you guys for letting me address you today. At last week's meeting, the Senate considered a motion to remove me from my position, and I wanted to come back and speak on my own accord and address what had happened. Things in SGA shouldn't be always so black and white, that the one thing that we can result to when someone does something wrong or makes a mistake is impeachment. There are other sanctions that could be put in place. And I wanted to propose the idea of donating the entirety of the paycheck for the next month to the food pantry.
Entire next month's
No.
paycheck.
Exactly. She proposed her own sanctions once. 2, she said entirety of her own paycheck, not a percentage. Let's continue.
Or the HR not skip a payment. I would provide documentation of those overseeing the food pantry to show evidence that every cent was accounted for. And this will amount.
Provide evidence that every cent was accounted for. So I'm in contact with the woman from not Panther Child.
The food pantry.
The food pantry. I'm gonna ask her if such things have happened since then. But wait, let's keep listening.
To the total of $271.38. The pantry would be completely restocked on communicator essentials that are needed, such as rice, pasta, cereal, canned beans, soup, and dairy products. Those are the ones that they told me that were needed. And I strongly recommend that the Senate takes this course of action and sincere regret. Thank you for your time.
Sincere regret.
She never apologized, just that I know of.
So propose is kind of a weak term. Doesn't mean she's doing it.
But I also don't like the way she said strongly suggests, as if like, oh, we
Like,
should.
Well,
because
she doesn't.
was
She doesn't
right.
make. It's clear she doesn't make the terms. But
I'm
proposing.
just confused because like 2 weeks ago you wanted her to be impeached. And now
Can I
you're,
ask you,
trying to-
like, honestly, a question? Does this have anything to do with your own personal situation and you're standing in SGA and that's why you want sanctions proposed and not impeachment?
No, not at all. I'm just tired of taking 2 steps backwards and not moving any steps forward, and we just keep impeaching or removing people.
I mean,
And what's getting done?
But
Impeach
it's
one
not like
person.
we're just impeaching everyone, you know what I'm saying? Like, this was a contract that she signed. We have proof of that. It's not like we're going, Victoria, you know what? I don't really like you, so let me impeach you. I like her as a person, but in here, my position, I'm a professional. These are the rules, and this is how I'm going to carry it out. As a friend, she's awesome. Don't get me wrong, it has nothing to do with the content of her character at all. It has to do with what she did and done. And you don't go up to a court and propose your own sanctions. That's not how due process works. And if the Senate feels a certain way, and I can tell how they feel, then I'm gonna have to.
Alright, then go to a revote. Like that's
I
what
think
we were looking into. Like you guys can do what you want.
Us knowing about all of this, like we can be held accountable for this.
We can be held accountable for not holding her accountable. And I
Exactly.
take that very seriously because I didn't spend 3 terms to be held accountable for not holding others.
I would like to also point out that, like, it's not even that we're nitpicking that she just didn't do office hours 1 week and now we're like, okay, goodbye. Like, it's not even just the contract too. Like, she hasn't been meeting all of her requirements, so it's not like she just didn't do one thing, but it's like a compilation of things like into one report. And when she even like didn't do her set requirements for the Constitution, like she didn't even address that in Senate. Like all she addressed was the contract. Like she gave no excuse for why she didn't meet her requirements.
And she also never formally apologized.
So I
she said sincere regret, but like
I didn't hear any sincerity in that.
Yeah, because, like, would she still be sorry if she didn't get caught?
No.
I mean, obviously not.
She's
None of
not.
us would be.
Okay, but going back to the main question as to why you like
Switch.
I just thought like the whole thing wasn't done right. That we were gonna do our own,
But you thought
internal
before that it
procedures.
was, so I'm just confused.
and that was more of my personal vendetta against her. But now I'm
Why
trying to
would
be more
you have any personal vendetta against her?
I mean, that's kind of personal things to know about. But regardless, her ethics code violations were like 3 or 4 in total.
but then if
Matt,
if
but
Matt,
you literally went up there and you literally asked for an impeachment trial, right? Kind of thing. Then you
Did I
went
ask
up
for
there,
it?
you provided all the ethics codes that she broke, and then you're like, oh wait, but I don't want to impeach her. So then
I
what
didn't
was
move
the point
towards.
of doing
I didn't move
everything?
towards impeachment.
Yeah, but your committee was doing all the investigation for it.
I mean, yeah, we were looking at it.
So what's the difference between Jose and Gato?
Jose had like 13 or 14 ethics
It
code
doesn't
violations.
matter how many sanctions you have. A sanction is a sanction.
Alright,
It doesn't
whatever.
matter how many ethics codes you broke. You
okay.
broke one, you broke one. I don't care if it's 10, I don't care if it's 1, I don't even care if it's half of 1. It's still breaking our Constitution, and I'm not for that.
Alright, then do what you need to do next Senate.
the thing is,
We'll have a
if you have
revote.
something personal against her, whether it's
Then-
positive or negative,
no,
I think
if
you
you
might
have
need to recuse yourself.
Yeah, if you have a personal thing that is getting in the way of you making the right decision, then this is not
And
your
I thought the
place to
decision
fight
I made
anyone.
was right. Apparently, it wasn't to you guys.
So no, but I'm just going back on what you just said about your personal vendetta. Now I'm
It's more
thinking
just-
that Alejandro, Anthony,
Alejandro.
Alejandro, yes, should overtake this
Alright, then
as
you
your
can.
vice chair, and you should recuse yourself from this case.
I have no problem with that.
Is there a way that we can motion to hear the whole case?
can,
To re-hear the whole case?
Can't.
can I ask for something? That what had happened recently that you probably know that I reached out to her. I sent her an email, asked for a proof that she donated to the food pantry. I have a huge problem with her reaching out to the supervisor about my email instead of like replying to me. And that reaching out has a very different scenario. In that meeting she mentioned that she never mentioned it, or saying that, making any promise, which I believe when you're proposing something as a solution, you are convincing us that you will do that if
And you should have had it done.
yes,
If you were serious
if we
about it.
do not remove you from your position. So I voted no solely because that proposal, and I had no other reason to do that. So since that promise is not in place or proposal is not in place, my whole committee is changing their vote.
Has she been paid yet by anybody? Like, has she made money yet?
She gets paid
Yeah,
every 2 weeks since she
bi-weekly.
got confirmed. Meaning since like back in May, right? Every 2 weeks. So that's already, it's been a month. I get paid by FIU too. It's been a month since she said that. She should have already given both of her paychecks.
Or the reply to my email was like, no, not yet, but I'm planning to do next 2 weeks. Or like,
Right, or
I
the
will
checks
provide-
in November.
or I will provide proof for that, or I will do that. Not that like I didn't say it, I will not do it. That's.
Then let's just have a revote. If you guys want it.
I was actually hoping that our president and vice consider to fire her without even going to that whole process again, because like Hunter now is covering it every single week. Like Senate failed to remove the comptroller from.
I think that
position.
even
They used the word failed.
I think that even if the president and vice president fire her, that you should still we should still do a revote so that it's officially stated that
Clear.
you do not
Okay. Yeah. That would definitely happen.
Yeah, and since the minutes haven't been approved yet, are not this Senate meeting, the Monday after we don't school, but the one after that, so 3 weeks,
So,
we can, so you know how we go into the, I need a motion to approve minutes, whatever, somebody needs to put their hand up and say how you want to revote. We'll
Motion.
look at the process more.
Robert's rules, motion to
Yeah.
reconsider.
I just feel like 3 weeks is a long time.
So you want me to call an emergency Senate?
Yes, because that's another paycheck that she's getting.
Yeah.
She's getting this
Can you repeat
next
that?
week we get
Motion-
paid, and
motion
then
to
we're not gonna
reconsider?
impeach
Yeah.
her.
She's gonna get it
2
retracted.
weeks after.
Is that
So,
moved- is
so
that moved
within
reconsider?
this next week,
Or motion?
you guys talk to your committee
I
members,
move,
because
I
I'm
move.
not
I
gonna
moved
call
it.
an
I
emergency
know,
Senate if we're
motion
not
is
gonna have
moved.
quorum.
Okay.
Or if we're not gonna have the votes, because then that wastes my
Thanks, me
time, that
seconds
wastes
your
your
motion.
time, that wastes everyone's time. And y'all
I
know
will
I don't
reconsider.
Yeah.
What day would you want that to be?
Yeah, can you give us
Like, can you give us a date
Yeah.
and time so we can tell our committee members?
and also can you talk
Maybe
to your committee
Wednesday?
members about this situation so that when we get to Senate everybody's not confused.
I could call it for Thursday.
Thursday at what time? 5? 4?
6.
Four.
I would have said later because
5.
people have classes and stuff.
And people also have chapter.
5
Oh,
is
So
the
whatever I
time.
said didn't matter.
8.
Yeah, so 5.
Whatever I said
Yeah,
didn't
5
matter.
is I would do 5.
Which one?
The
Can we all
same
just
shit
message
in
that
That's
now?
just
So
No, it's
tentative
down
though,
I give.
because I want confirmation
There's
from
more
your
discussion
people
now,
that they're
there's
gonna
no
show up.
report anymore.
Yeah.
And
So
I'll
what
call
is
it
it?
Tuesday. Tuesday, well, the latest I could call it is Wednesday at 5 p.m. I would have to send out the minutes 24 hours before.
I'm pretty sure a lot of senators have class at that time. Actually, Alejandro has time at class at that time.
At 5.
5 Wednesday?
No, Thursday.
Yeah, it's Thursday.
Thursday, okay, never mind then.
So Thursday, 5 p.m.
Tentative, because I'm not gonna call it until Wednesday.
Can we see a copy of the minutes from Monday?
Oh yeah, I have them. I'll forward
So
them.
I can tell my committee members now. Like, are you available?
With the
Make
minutes,
a poll and let me know.
with the minutes for the impeachment.
Y-
The minutes from the trial.
yeah.
I was just sent them today, but also, do we want Peter to? His vice president wanted to propose that they both come in to this meeting.
Alright, then let him come in.
I'm not done talking.
How many
Um,
times? Sorry.
Excuse me.
What?
Oh, I thought you said something.
No, I didn't.
Let me. Do you want Peter to come in first before and let us know how this conversation went? I don't want them both
Yeah.
to come in.
Yeah,
Peter
Peter
first.
first.
Alright, I'll look at him.
I like your option.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm just tired of hearing the same conversation over and over and over again. And fake promises that clearly have not been done.
honestly, I don't think that sanctions are even a good idea at this point because even if you break one requirement, that's still grounds for impeachment, and she's broken 6.
Yeah, not only that, but where's the
And
trust?
other
We can't trust her.
violations,
Well,
like-
that I was including. Yeah, that's so.
Nice. Nice.
But I just think for her to be here, what does that say about SGA?
Yeah. They're gonna be like, oh, they're playing favorites. They impeach one person, not the other. And then we're not holding her accountable.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Number one, I just want to say that this is a better attendance that we had at the last one, and that's great. Yeah, what was the question?
So how did your conversation go? What?
So we spoke about, like, in general, we spoke about what was said. She showed me her speech that she had written out. I told her, I mean, there really was no point. I hope that you guys use the recording. I told her that, like, I know what she said. And I think she understands where perspective, like, of propose could have been seen as her doing it or her proposing the Senate to make her do it. Now,
She strongly encouraged the Senate to make her do it. So do you think that if she was serious about it, she would have already done it? Or she just wants us to hold her hand through the process?
say it again? Sorry, you lost me there.
So in her speech, she said propose, and then when she
Yeah.
goes on, she says strongly encourage the Senate to, I guess, give her these sanctions.
Yeah, so I think...
So my question is, are we going to hold her hand throughout the process, or is she going to do it on her own time?
Because it's already been 2
'Cause there's no-
paychecks.
The
So those
issue,
should have already been.
okay, hold on. My issue with this whole thing is that in the Constitution, there's no vetting process for sanctions. There's nothing listed out of that sort. And the way I explained to you about it before,
HR.
Bernie Madoff doesn't go before the court and decide, oh, actually, let me give all the money back I took from these families back to them. That's not how due process works.
Yeah? No, I mean...
Can I see a
Like,
copy of
that-
her written speech?
So she didn't show me copies. She showed me her iPhone notes, but she said, like, on the top it has, like, I guess, like, when it was last edited, and
So what
had
was
it-
Jerome talking about, copy of her speech? What was that?
I'm guessing what she showed me was on her phone. I'm gonna
So
ask if she has a copy.
What's different from the copy and what she said? Did she not say propose?
Oh, no, I didn't grab the speech, and I wasn't, like...
No, she said propose in both of them. I saw the copy.
So what's the difference between the copy?
I mean, do you not have... I told her to send me the speech, but she didn't.
Oh, wow.
Well, I mean, she said she would come in and show it, so... Isn't she here?
Well, yeah, I wanted to talk to you.
No, I'm saying...
So
she
my
should
thing,
come
so
to
my,
the-
Yeah,
so
she's showing
my
up.
question I'm gonna ask you guys as as Senate leadership is, do you
So-
guys have, like, a...
I'm going to tell you right
Like,
now
what's the
what's
concern?
going to
Yeah.
happen. After hearing everyone's concern, a revote is going to be considered before we approve the minutes. 1. We're hoping concerns shared by senators, specifically Mitra, that you'll fire her before we have to do that, if you want to be honest.
Like how the executive branch holds her accountable before you guys have to. Step
Yeah,
in.
she's not in our, like, we're wasting
Okay.
our time.
I mean, can she still come in here and, like, we could just, like...
Is she going to tell us the same thing she told us in front of the Senate?
I mean, no, but you asked me a question that I don't have an answer to. I mean, I'm hoping some of you guys have further questions for her that maybe she could answer. I don't know, I just feel like considering I just got here on Monday and I sat in your shoes, I understand where you guys are coming from, but I don't have the answers to some of the questions, and I think that she might have it. Or at least, maybe not the answer, but she'll have a reply. So, I will
I
ask
left
her to
my
come.
phone there. Can I?
Yeah.
But regardless of whatever, like, if there is a difference between her written speech and, like, what she said in Senate, I feel like what she said, like, what's written doesn't matter.
What
No,
she
of
said in
course not.
Senate
Yeah.
is what we're gonna go on. I don't
Yeah.
care what she wrote
No,
or rewrote
yeah.
or didn't write or wrote.
So can I just,
Or what?
what's the purpose of asking for,
What
for
is-
written speech?
One more
Just to
time,
have-
because she's like, oh well, I have my speech written. Okay, well, then what's the difference between the speech
Just put the
and
written
what's-
speech next to the audio recording and see the differences.
Yeah, that's I just want to see that. What is it that she said wrong in the speech to the Senate versus what she
I'm
wrote?
pretty sure, like, it's very similar.
Did she ever say anything to you about her written speech?
I saw her in GC and I asked her, because I, like, you know, I saw it, she showed me it. I don't have anything else. I don't have proof of it, though.
Was somebody sitting here already?
Oh, no, I was in there, but I just pulled the chair.
We'll just wait for Rose to come back.
So I got
Sorry. Proceed. So I guess one concern that was, well, actually something that Jerome mentioned in our group chat yesterday is that he had seen a copy of your speech. Can we see a copy of it as well?
Yeah.
Like from the full speech that you said in Senate?
Yeah. It's also time stamped from that day, so.
Can it be screenshotted and like sent in group chat or something? So, or like sent to someone so we can all see it.
And we'll listen to it at the same time.
Or can you like email it to Brandon so we can put it on the thing?
Can you email that to Brandon so he can put it on the screen? Can you just pass your phone back?
Just an interesting little tidbit.
Can you screenshot that and mail it to Brandon as well? I can't tell if like the TV lives or if your computer.
No, it's just like my computer's like going through a stroke right now.
Good afternoon, and I wanted to begin by thanking you guys for letting me address you today. At last week's meeting, the Senate considered a motion to remove me from my position, and I wanted to come back and speak on my own accord and address what had happened. Things in SGA shouldn't be always so black and white that the one thing that we can result to when someone does something wrong or makes a mistake is impeachment. There are other sanctions that could be put in place, and I wanted to propose the idea of donating the entirety of my paycheck for the next month to the food pantry, since according to HR, I cannot skip a payment. I would provide signed documentation of those overseeing the food pantry to show evidence that I was sent with accounted for. Initial amount to the total of $271.38. The pantry would be completely restocked on communicated essentials that are needed, such as rice, pasta, cereal, canned beans, soup, and dairy products. Those are the ones that they told me about were needed. And I strongly recommend that the Senate takes this course of action.
Oh wait. Sorry.
And spends as much time focused on my successes as they have on one mistake and sincere regret. Thank you for your time.
Okay, so a lot of things that we talked about in our meeting, obviously before you coming in here, and we spoke to Peter about, is that we feel that if you were serious about, so number one, sanctions can't be, they're not stated in the Constitution. It's not like you do something wrong and you propose what you want to happen to you. That's not how due process works. That's not how this works. Number two, we feel that, well, strongly me, if you were serious about this, then you would have done what you said you wanted us to provide sanctions for. You would have already donated your money to the food pantry instead of wanting your hand to be held throughout the process. And so the steps we're going to take now is we might reconsider a revote on what happened on Monday, because honestly, like, this is such a slap in the face to a lot of senators. And it's not even just the fact that you signed that contract, it's Mitra has actual evidence you haven't been doing your jobs and quote unquote your successes. And so from here, those are the steps we were going to take. Also, I would like to point out that the timestamp, can you go back to, Brandon, can you go back to the, alright, so basically, yeah, those are the steps we're going to take and what we decided to do. We don't take this lightly, and I really hope you don't either, because it seems like it's kind of a game, like, oh, I'll only do something until somebody catches me doing it. Would you regret it the same if you weren't caught? Do you actually feel sorry? These are like questions that came about, so I don't know about you, like, we don't look like clowns. We take this seriously. Halloween is over. We're gonna start new. So yeah.
Was there any other like thing you guys wanted to add in, or any other concern?
That basically covered it all. Unless you guys have anything else to add, feel free to add it now.
I'm extremely disappointed that you never replied to my email, and my whole committee, if there will be a revote, will change their vote, because we solely voted no because of that proposal.
Okay. Well,
And I know a lot of other senators as well did that and are angry that they feel that they were mocked and played with.
okay. Well, to start off with, it was a proposal, and I was under the impression that at the end of last Senate, when I didn't get impeached, there were like other people were going to round up to get whatever sanctions they want to be
So
be
like
put
I
in
said,
place.
in the Constitution, that doesn't happen. So
Okay, it was stated like that in the Constitution, and it's also
sanctions?
no. I said whatever stated in the Constitution is there, and obviously, like you guys didn't bring it up like on Monday, saying that there was like nothing on the
There's no
Constitution.
process for sanctions,
Okay.
so that's not. What
I'm not done talking. I'm sorry.
All right,
Okay.
that's fine. I'm just letting you know the truth.
Okay, well you stated it already.
Great.
On there, it wasn't on there. Literally last time, a bunch of people said that they were gonna like talk about different sanctions that we can talk about
Which
that.
people?
We can hear the recording again, and we can ask GC for the hearing. And there was other people that brought up how are we going to move forward sanctions. Ale Arzola was one of the people that were like, okay, so when do we like define sanctions? And I'm pretty sure it was Brandon or someone that said during our next meeting we will discuss it.
Brandon, did you say that?
No.
I said it might have been Brandon. We can
Might
hear.
have or is, because those are.
I
two
literally just said
different
might have
words.
because I'm not certain, and we can get the recording to see who it was that brought it up.
Let's get the recording.
Okay.
Honestly, at the end of the day, it doesn't really
Okay,
matter.
but
The
regardless,
sanction thing isn't
on
happening.
Monday-
I'm letting you know what's gonna
Okay.
happen from here on out.
Moving. Okay. Also on Monday, like even then, like I wasn't paid. Like I haven't been paid at all yet. Like where am I supposed to magically pull out $270 out like
Me and
$8?
Brandon get paid bi-weekly.
Exactly, and we haven't gotten paid.
I
This
did
Friday
get
we did not get paid.
I got paid.
I did not get paid this Friday, and we can pull up my literally Wells Fargo account right now.
No,
And I
you
asked
get paid.
Reeves, and she gets paid next week as well.
Yeah, it's next
Yeah,
week.
it's next week.
Yep, it's not today. It was last Friday I got paid.
Yeah, you get paid every
You get paid bi-weekly on the payroll. And if me, Brandon, we're all getting paid, it's just something doesn't add up. So we'll figure that out as well.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm just letting you know what's gonna happen. Because we're done dealing with this, to be honest.
Oh, I'm more than done dealing with it as well. And it literally just feels like at every opportunity you guys take to like beat a dead horse, you
We're
find
not-
it and you continue to do it.
We're not beating it.
Okay,
dead
and I'm
horse.
not trying to like be handholded throughout like any of this process as well. But like to the fact that you're saying that you're going to talk about sanctions, but then pull this like out of nowhere, it's
I'm
very.
letting you know that we don't talk about sanctions because in the Constitution it already lists out what those sanctions are, and that's impeachment. You sit on a budget committee of $20 million, $20+ million. You think we trust you sitting on a committee with that amount of money when you sign for paid positions? I'm so sorry.
Okay,
This is
but
the
we're
real
beyond
world.
that point. We're talking about
I'm
sanctions right
I'm
now.
I'm not
That's
beyond
your
that point.
personally opinion,
No,
and we don't have to
I'm
talk
not-
about this right now.
So you want to talk about my personal opinion?
No,
speak on the
I don't want to
opinion?
talk about your personal
Well,
opinion.
I am going to talk about
Okay.
that right now. And if you have an issue with that, then you don't have to be here. But I'm letting you know that I don't speak on my own personal opinion. I represent the Senate, and I've been here for 3 terms. They're knocking because they believe they voted me in for this position because they want me to speak for them.
Actually, I reached out to her. Plus.
Oh no, I know.
So I think she was referring to the fact that she hasn't gotten paid because were you offering that you would
So
get your
wait, HR
paycheck?
just sends that straight to. That's not how it works. HR doesn't send that money straight.
Okay, I was not aware that this is a sanction that you guys wanted to move forward with until Mitra like messaged me and emailed me.
Can I ask, did you ever like reach out to anybody after Senate?
No,
And-
because they said that they were going to talk about it throughout the next meeting, or that somebody would reach out with a sanction. Like, from my understanding, I thought that internal affairs would do that.
I mean, I proposed the idea of sanctions.
And so they have their meetings every Wednesday, but since Wednesday, between Wednesday and today, did you reach out to anyone from internal affairs to follow up?
No. Why? They're like, you send me my sanctions just like you send me my
You
allegations.
strongly encourage sanctions, but you don't want to understand what the conversations are happening to have those sanctions. I'm just confused. So you just want people to knock on your door over something that you did, and you strongly encourage and propose sanctions, but you don't want to understand what the process is for that or what went on?
I wanted the sanctions, and I still, if given to me, like I obviously still want to fulfill the sanctions, but like I need to know what the sanctions are.
So I think she
The
was.
sanctions are impeachment. That's how it's
Yeah.
listed in
So
the
after our
Constitution.
conversation, I think she was expecting, and you could correct me if I'm wrong. I think she was expecting the Senate, like you pointed out, that's not how we operate. I think she was expecting like the Senate to formally be like, someone moves to hold her accountable with X, Y, and Z. Have a vote,
That's not
yes.
how it works, Peter.
No,
You out of all people know that.
I know that. After having a conversation with her, that's right. Is that what you understood it as? So I think that's where like the problems lie, because I don't think like the governing document.
Well, so are you
was
saying that?
understood.
Are you saying that there's never been sanctions imposed on any
No.
official?
No, so
Never.
That's not how it works.
so typically, so sanctions like in terms of the Senate, I've never seen the Senate hold sanctions. I've seen the judicial branch like do other forms of accountability that's not been impeachment, but their operations are very like they follow like black laws, something like some like law term.
Dictionary.
Let me
Yeah.
pull up
So
governing
I
laws.
think that they are able to like, for example, I think they're able to like remove people or do other forms of accountability that's not just impeachment.
But since this is going through the Senate, it's different.
Correct.
We fall under Senate statutes, MMC statutes, not the judicial branch statutes. That's what we're here for. I'm just letting you know out of courtesy what role we're going to take now from here on out. Because just as you're done with this, we were done with this 2 months ago. It's November. We shouldn't have to be dealing with this anymore. We want to move forward. I'm sure you do as well. And we're going to move forward accordingly with our sanctions that are vetted throughout the Constitution, and that's not donating your paycheck to the food pantry. If you were serious about that, if I was in this is my personal opinion, if I was in your position, I would have done that by now.
I was expecting a reply to my email.
I had to like talk to other people about the email that was sent out.
You can't make your own decisions.
You could have.
There were some other things on the email, the second part of your email, that I had to consolidate with other people.
You could have replied to me that I'm like consulting with other people and will reply to you. I waited 48 hours before reaching out and sharing my concern.
So, can you share your concerns again? This is besides the contract. This is her concerns as
So,
in your.
So the sole reason that I convinced my committee to vote no to your impeachment.
They can't vote on by themselves either.
What you said?
No, never mind.
First of all, you interrupted me. Second, you said something and you don't want to clarify that.
That they can't vote on their own. They have to consolidate.
We
with
had
you
a
to vote.
discussion
Okay,
and come up with a decision.
right.
Yes, we are voting as a united committee in most of the voting, and that's something that I'm very proud of.
Okay.
My committee and I had a discussion. Just because she proposed that she will do and donate her paycheck to the food pantry, we decided to vote no to her impeachment because we thought it's such an important cause, and worth us closing our eyes, believing that we are helping to a better cause. So after it happened, a couple days after the voting, I reached out to you to ask for a proof because I felt responsible, at least to my committee, that we had a discussion, to show them a proof that that cause is happening. You never replied. Plus, I was a witness that you never reached out to GPSC so far, from August till now. And I asked you, what's your plan for future? Which you, again, didn't answer. But I realized from one of the supervisors that you actually reached out to them without letting me know that, like, you're reaching out to people, you will provide a kind of a reply to me. And I learned that you don't have any serious intention to fulfill that promise. And now I have a serious problem with when you're proposing something, you should be serious about fulfilling those proposals. And I don't think that you showed that level of commitment. And I now have serious doubts. Somebody proposing something, not being that serious about it. After like that background, it's very interesting, and I really didn't like the attitude not replying to an email that serious, because I mentioned that I voted no just because of that. So I think I made it clear in my email that how important it is to me and my committee.
I have full intentions of fulfilling my sanction once I know and it's confirmed that like everyone agrees with the same sanction, so I'm not fulfilling 50 different sanctions because 50 other people didn't agree with that one sanction like that I'm fulfilling from the beginning. Because other people are like suggesting different things. So I just want to make sure that we're all on the same page and that the rest of Senate is also at the same page. So that's why I thought this discussion was going to be had during Senate.
Well, no, I'm letting
Well,
you
no,
know.
so she.
So back to like what I've been saying.
That it's not something that's
That's
usually
fine.
done in
Yeah,
Senate,
that's
but
fine.
there's discussions at Senate that happen all the
It's not
time.
usually done. It's that it
It's
doesn't
not
happen
done.
throughout the-
Okay.
It can't be done.
And neither
So
are
I'm
these
not gonna
sanctions.
I'm
So
not going to have a conversation with you for you to propose your own sanctions. It's kind of like the American Red Cross. When you donate to them, only like, 1% of what you donate goes back to the cause that you're donating for. I'm not going to have this back and forth discussion. We're going to do a revote, and that's what we decided. So unless you have anything other to say, then I think this meeting is done.
well, obviously you guys don't want to help me move forward with realizing whatever sanction, and you're going to revote again.
That is the sanction. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you don't want to help me, and you're moving forward
not
for
like don't
impeachment
wanna
again.
help
No,
you.
no, this is definitely you saying like you had a week and a half to donate and you didn't do it, so now we're moving forward. Even though we told like no one said that this is what moving forward.
That's Senate,
It's
right?
been, yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a lot longer than a week and a half.
Okay.
If we're being technical, but yeah. So, does anyone else have anything else to say?
No, and my concern stands as it was. It's even now worse.
Great. So, unless you have anything else to say, then
No.
great.
Alright, so I am actually holding an emergency meeting of my own for finance because basically like just looking at the calendar stresses me out. Because we would have like the 19th. We would have the 19th and then the 26th is our final Senate meeting. So it's like we have 3 pending appropriations. So if we were to like not have an emergency meeting, we would vote on them at the 19th at our committee meeting and then bring them to Senate on the 26th. And then it would just be very like tight because I know one of them, like their event is this week. So I don't want to like put too much pressure on Kathy where she has to do like a 1 week turnaround. So I'm calling an emergency meeting for the 8th. And so hopefully we can vote on those.
Who are the people that you'll be voting on? Like the
applications?
But like from who? Just out of curiosity.
It's from so it's a club called Mimes and Heartbeats Acapella, and then Club Baseball is going to Senate on the 19th, or our emergency meeting. It's technically an old business right now.
Okay. So does anyone else want anything to add or?
I just realized that we have like 3 Senates left, so now I'm stressed out too because I have 2 resolutions that are being worked on by my committee. So by when by when would we have to get them to you so that they can be like passed on time?
So because of like the way that Senates are going to be for the next couple of weeks, I'm going to try and have a meeting that's going to be on Wednesday for the 14th of November. So if you get them to us by the 14th of November, then they'll be approved for Senate on the 19th.
Great.
And I don't think we're meeting again. Yeah, we're not meeting again before the 26th.
Can I ask you a question, Rose? What time is your meeting at on the?
We
Yeah.
discussed
My legislation.
2 p.m. Oh wait, sorry.
Yeah.
Before you open.
Are you
Yeah,
are you
no.
still open?
2 to 3:30.
If you want to send me your resolutions
Thursday.
early so I can give them back to you, because like if they get denied by our committee for different reasons, like so sometimes we solve proof everything before they get sent to our committee.
2 to 3:30.
Mm-hmm.
Are you still open to There's like interview time slots for that day. Are you still open to like having 1 or 2 people going to your Senate meeting, your committee meeting?
No, because
Not even at the end,
actually,
because they're
that's
like
fine,
there's
yeah.
literally
Because
every
we
except
actually-
15-minute intervals.
yeah, we only have to deliberate on one. Like we have to vote on one, and we have to meet with the other, and so it should be relatively quick. So yes, I will say yes.
Okay, I'll email you.
But only 3 of my committee members are going to be there, which is just enough to vote. Hopefully they all vote the same way.
I have a question.
Yeah.
In regards, in regards to this whole situation, did Gato talk to an advisor after Senate on Monday? Did she talk to Jerome? Because does Jerome knows how Senate works, right?
Mhm.
So he should know whether or not the sanctions that she proposed could have been passed by the Senate. So I don't know if somebody like misadvised her and told her, "Oh yeah, just wait."
Very possible.
But
But Jerome's a cabinet advisor. That'd be Michelle.
Oh.
well, she's cabinet.
Well,
So
Jerome
she is
advised.
cabinet.
Oh, yeah.
So that's why.
But no,
Executive branch.
but Michelle, well, we're the ones
I
trying
mean,
to impose
Jerome
sanctions.
Yeah, but
knows,
Jerome-
knows
Jerome-
he was
He's been
our
the Senate
whole advisor
advisor
last
for-
year.
Yeah.
He knows how this works, and he's not an idiot.
I just think that if like the word sanction like in SGA is not a thing, right? So why is it like a
Like,
thing
find me
now?
where it says in the Constitution that we can do that, and I'll let you know. But I've been here 3 terms.
It's just a common
Not only that, but
political
her
thing.
advisor should have advised her not to even give that speech if it wasn't even in the Constitution.
Well, it's probably
like-
Jose that advised her.
Well, she probably. I
Yeah.
don't think. She
Well, where is
advised
he
her.
now, huh?
He's
I
not-
also feel like we're being like fools. You get me? Like
Yeah, exactly.
That's-
Like
but
we're,
okay, you
we're
know,
chickens with a head
like,
cut off with these with
Melanie,
this shit.
like, you know me.
yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, I can be a bitch, and I can be a big bitch. But Brandon, don't put like Antonio's a bitch in the bitch. Like, everyone already knows that, okay? Everybody knows this. Like, but like you can do whatever you want to me, but when it has to do with my senators, I'm like that mom. Like, don't look at my kid wrong.
She has 34 littles.
Yeah. Like, I don't,
Low
like,
key.
when you're playing people for a fool, like, you can play me for a fool, and that's fine. I'll have my wine at the end of the day regardless, but, like, don't
Are
play
you
my-
guys planning on sending an email to Sabrina and I
Yes.
about this?
Requesting her,
I'm asking-
firing.
With all of our signatures.
What are
on
you
it.
and Sabrina thinking? Like,
So
what is?
Sabrina and I were planning on having a debrief after this. We never spoke about like what if scenarios. I wish we would have, honestly.
Wait, but after the whole situation, you guys still trust her to handle the $20-point-something million?
I just think, yeah, I know, baby,
Like,
baby,
100%.
we all did.
Like, but like after like everything, like you guys still actually trust her with that amount of money? Because I wouldn't.
And with her attitude,
So
Yeah,
ultimately,
completely inappropriate. Completely.
You like that?
she's so disrespectful. Like, amount of disrespect that she has for the chair of a committee is despicable.
Her e-board
Also-
position, actually.
That's his meter. You don't disrespect me,
She's on
Gerard.
e-board.
well, no, I mean, I think
She
she's
should
referring
have
to the
some
way
level
she's
of
Doesn't matter what
respect
position
for
you
the
hold,
chair
respect
of
is
a one
respect.
committee.
And I'm granted, I'm also a bitch, and I'm gonna hold myself accountable that I may not have the most inviting tone, but come on. I hate wasting my time. I'm supposed to be at happy hour right now. Look what I'm doing. Like,
I'd also like to point out that like.
It's almost over.
I am so sorry. I am so on the record. I'm 21. If anybody wants to know.
Just for the record. No, but
Can we send an
honestly-
email to this so we can attack your ID?
No, guys. Honestly, though, I personally, I mean,
God,
this is my first year as a senator on SGA. Like, sanctions to me is something that is like I think of like my organization or something. Like, you do something wrong and you get a sanction. You
Oh,
get
girl, I had
but like
gold
in,
membership to standards.
but in like this, in SGA, like we're representing 56,000 students. She has a 20-point-something billion dollar budget. Like, there's no sanctions here. I don't know why she thought that would be enough.
Can I say
This is
something?
unacceptable on all parts. Like,
We're
Those
on
are
a
the
board.
the sanction
We're
is
on a
impeachment.
committee that handles $20 million. This isn't. I'm not talking about 10. I'm not talking buy yourself Chipotle. I'm talking about this is tuition from our students.
The thing is that, like,
20
Jose
plus.
left a long time ago, and she didn't bother to, like, address the situation or offer sanctions until she was up for impeachment. Like, all of a sudden, then it meant something to her, but, like, before that, like, she thought that she was just gonna get away with it and never felt like she should say something about it, which
No.
to me just says that she isn't serious.
not even that, but she didn't bother to address the Senate until we called her in. Until you summoned her. She had to be summoned. Like, if she was actually sorry for her actions, she would have addressed the Senate as
Yeah.
quick as
Here,
after Jose.
We've
what
been
happened
here
with
for
Jose.
quite a while. Like, we're dinosaurs in the terms of SGA. When have we ever
Summoned
summoned somebody to Senate?
and that's fair.
We've only done the one.
So I think that this is where she is at, and I'm not defending her, but this is where I think she's at a downside because I second the motion for impeachment.
I'm
Like,
pretty sure you're the one who summoned her, or am I right?
and I was the one that summoned her. So you guys are literally like preaching to
The
the
choir.
choir. The Senate voted. Ultimately, the Senate voted, and you guys as senators, like the voice of your constituents, came out, and you guys did not have 2/3 of the population did not say yes, get her out.
Yeah, but the
So
Senate
she
voted
still
and
says
made the
yes.
impression that she was gonna do
I made
what
a
she
mistake.
said.
Yep.
That's on me. I made a huge mistake.
But so GPSC was 4 votes that day,
Yes.
correct? So that would have made it was 16 to 14. That would have made it 20 to 10.
Yes.
Which is 2/3.
No,
It's 2/3 of the entire Senate.
Yeah, I just don't understand
Membership.
that rule.
So we
We
need
need 24
Correct.
27. As of right now, we would need 27.
out of 36.
That needs to be
senators.
amended.
Yeah.
Like, that's stupid.
Don't we
It
have
should just be on
37
quorum.
No, we have 36 because we don't.
Because there's like 3 senators that can never make it.
Because then
But
Oh,
like,
true.
can
So
they
why the
just like
senators?
So, yeah,
fire her
Well,
so
because
we
like
don't need
they
to
literally like
do
law
that?
senators.
Yeah.
Like it's not hard to find a law senator. Nursing,
No, if the whole
unfortunately,
committee changes
only have one
Literally.
left, and she
No,
can't go
that's what I'm
Senate
saying. Like,
because they're like
and
residencies.
for me,
that's
and
not-
your vote is always like deciding. You carry that wave.
I made a huge mistake. I
You're-
totally accept
Like
that.
in the United States government, you're the person that the president talks to whip votes. Like
I made a
Whip
huge mistake. And I beg the vice
Sorry, I'm
and the
watching, like,
president
the Survivor.
to consider that I made a huge mistake, so I asked them to take action.
So I have an idea. I think we should, as this committee chairs, type up an email now together, sign all of our names on
now?
it. Yeah, right now. The sooner the better, honey.
Send it out.
Send it to the president and the vice president.
Why do
CC
you
all
have
of
to
our
do that?
Well, no,
advisors.
because I need to get the dates for the interview before you guys start this email. I have interviews next week and for cabinet, and I just want to share the times to see if any of you guys have your committee meetings during those times, and will allow me to conduct a few during that time slot. So I'm gonna go get that sheet of paper for 2 seconds.
I think we need to do that
Yes.
like ASAP.
Yes.
Sign all of our names on it. It can come from your email. CC all your advisors and send it to them.
Says the
Also,
whole Senate.
disclaimer: I was not condoning whipping votes. I was just making jokes. Don't quote me.
Yeah, don't put that in the newspaper.
Oh, you're
On the record,
Off
I
the
did not
record.
condone whipping votes. I'm watching Designated Survivor, so I'm like super into it right now.
He's gonna quote you on "I'm a bitch."
Oh, quote that. Quote, tweet, retweet. I'm just kidding.
Oh boy.
Put it at the end. Highlights.
God,
I feel like it's like a never-ending circle, and like
how does
I
stenography?
just
we're just like
How does stenographers
this-
just for a
I
living?
think
What am I
this needs to be
stroking?
like the door needs to be shut on this because we have 56,000 students that we represent and we need to
Move on.
move on. Like we have things to do for our constituents. Like we should
Yeah.
not be joining like on this. issue.
100%. This
Yeah.
is way too much
It's like
fucking
it's
time.
like been 2 months too long.
This should have happened yesterday.
Yeah, I'm so
Should happen for
You know what? Not only that. But why does she think that she's better than Javi and Jose for not resigning and staying in? Never mind. Just too many fucking questions.
Wait, did Peter kind of address that he's not gonna fire her? Is that what happened?
No, he
No.
didn't. He said, "Are you guys planning on sending an email?" And we said, Now that you mention it, yes, we are.
Signed all the committee chairs.
Okay.
Wait, is someone dropping it now?
You want to drop them?
My trusted
Can you?
sidekick.
What?
Because I saw
I don't-
you writing
give my
more
fingers a
goals
break?
than anyone else.
Oh yeah.
Your fingers.
Never typed
You know,
something.
ice your
My next
fingers.
trusted sidekick.
And
Ow. I don't know how stenographers do this for a living. This is not fun.
Do you want to take minutes?
Yeah,
I like taking
honestly-
minutes.
Oh, she wrote, I beg the president.
I can't wait to read these minutes. I'm gonna
This
relive
is
it
a
all
funny
over again.
I'm gonna put a disclaimer in the beginning, but like,
Okay, can I see the minutes from the last Senate? Do you have those? Who voted yes, who voted no?
Wait, do you have your voting record updated or not? I assume not.
me?
Yeah.
It's not updated. Like, cause like, it's updated, but then IT came to the computers and wiped them.
Mm.
So I have to
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, and I have to
They
redo it
always
all
do
again.
that.
I'm like, great, thank you. All my work.
We should fire them. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. All right.
Don't write that
So I have to
in the minutes.
No, don't
Yeah,
write that in the
because honestly-
newspaper.
Gerard, I'm like very serious, but not. So like,
She's
I
very
make jokes about
sarcastic,
everything.
like,
I'm
Jordan
I mean,
very
I have
sarcastic.
I have no interest in publishing. Oh, I'm a bitch. Like, I really don't care.
No, I'm just saying that I make a lot.
You might
of
get some
sarcastic-
views for that, though, to be honest.
What is that?
Senate speaker says she's a bitch.
Do a black and white photo of her.
Wait,
A black and white photo of her at the Senate speaker thing. There we go.
Like my committee email or my
Whatever,
No,
I'll put
just
the
like
same
your
later.
M
Fuck that.
R 1084. 84.
Oh, dang. There's a lot of
Oh yeah, girl, I know. I got that a lot. I'm like 1084.
I'm 001.
Seriously? That's cool. MA? You should have mine in your address book.
And
No.
alright, you guys want me to read who voted
Nice
yes,
to
who voted
exchange
no?
emails a couple times.
Just because.
Can you just read the word no? So we know.
MAH.
Actually, no, that's not
Wait,
really
wait.
there.
Not only that, but
So, can I just ask? The interviews are going to be next week, Monday through Friday. Are any of your committees meeting next week?
Mine is being.
So finance is.
Interviews for
Monday at 2 p.m. because we have Senate at BBC, so we moved up our time.
So
to
you're
2.
meeting from 2 to 3?
Yeah.
Okay.
mine was planning.
And
to
are
be-
you okay with us sending like 1 or 2 candidates for
fine.
interviews? Yes.
who?
For cabinet.
Oh, just like having an interview in their meeting?
Yeah. So like it's gonna be like some interviews will be panel to
Wait,
get
you
like
have
more
that?
perspectives.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
A picture
Which
of it or
position?
like-
So I was like, this is not
Um,
US.
so
you can see it.
this week coming up, the positions are gonna be
No, just because I want to send it to every like senator first.
Give me a second.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
The
Like,
deputy, the governmental, health, well-being, academic, social justice, transportation, and some of the elections board. Obviously, this
Wow.
will not like you guys will not be all of them,
Okay.
but
Wait,
those will be
you're-
the ones.
Can I ask why you're interviewing elections board? Appointments are made by the elections commissioner for the elections board.
So no. So the elections board is gonna be getting interviewed by the commissioner
Oh, okay.
during like in
During
these
the-
public
yeah.
settings as
Okay,
well.
yeah.
So we just decided to include all of the availability
Okay.
because like it doesn't hurt for me to sit in
Yeah.
them and other people to sit in them to get perspective. So that's why we're moving forward this way. So you guys are meeting. Are you guys meeting next week? RC?
Yeah,
What-
we're
what
meeting.
day?
We were supposed to meet next Thursday at 6. But if we have Senate, we'll have to postpone.
Thursday at 6? Oh, you guys are gonna have Senate Thursday at
We
6?
might call
Maybe
an
might.
emergency Senate at
I'm gonna throw
5 p.m. Thursday.
Okay, so
Because if not, this will be dragged out for 3 more weeks.
Yeah,
Thursday?
we're not gonna do that.
at 6.
Yeah, do
So-
it. Like $20
And if you guys might call a
I
Senate,
still
it
hope
might
that
be
they
for
fire
Thursday at
now.
6.
Huh?
If you guys,
Have you guys asked your committees yet about Senate?
Yeah,
I
for the
added
camp.
all of them.
okay, rules and leg. Are you guys meet next week?
No.
No? Okay. Or C, I got internal.
Oh, he's.
GPSC, are you guys meeting this Monday?
11.
11 to 12? Do you guys mind if I send 1 or 2?
1, please.
One.
Because we have too many things to discuss.
Okay, can I go to this voting?
Yes.
Yeah, that's it.
Great.
I'm done.
Wait,
Wait,
did
so
Matt
what
want
do
to
you
see
say
on
on
the
this?
email or
I'm
no?
sorry?
How long are you gonna stay here for?
Oh no, I have to send these emails to I have to send this email to Patty because this is what the information she was waiting on. And also, Mitra, when you're finished,
What is she doing?
can you just
Everything.
come to my office and give me the brief requirements for GPSC?
Yes.
I know you that you wanted specifically for the cabinet members, so that way
Yes.
if they apply, they're agreeing that they could hit all of these things.
Thank you.
Retention.
I have a question.
Wait, can I just go through this first?
Does Matt want his name on the thing?
No.
Okay. Go ahead.
Mitra no, Stacy no, Brandon no. Alejandro,
Brandon, no?
yeah.
Wait, start over. Sorry.
Mitra no, Stacy no, Brandon no. Alejandro yes, Betsy wasn't here. Matt no, Daniel Beltran yes. Jordan Chapman no, Danny De Leon no, Dustin Duncan yes, Waleski's no, Diane Ellis wasn't here. Samuel yes. Trevor no, Rose yes, Jai yes. Jam no. TJ wasn't here. Dimitri yes. Victoria yes. Constance Lee wasn't here. Nadine no. Ariana you weren't here. Antonia yes. Lachara yes. Amelia yes. Carlos no. Melanie yes. Rebecca no. Samuel no. Tijan wasn't here. Jessica yes. Lewis no. Bertha yes. Dylan yes. Layla no.
I have a
Can
question.
you tell me one more time what Justin voted?
Yes.
I'm gonna just.
Okay.
I have a quick question. So
I'm
if
really
we
tired
need
of hearing my own voice.
we need 2/3 of Senate's votes, right? All of Senate.
That's 24 votes.
Okay, so how are the people, like, for example, that they Ariana wasn't there, right? Is she allowed to vote on this matter now?
Who? Got her?
Oh, because she didn't hear the trial. She
That's what I'm
wasn't
saying.
in the
Like, how are we
minutes
gonna
now.
get 2/3 of all of Senate if, like,
It's only the people who were in
Senators
Senate. Unless you decide to have the trial for
How many
again.
people were in Senate at the time? How many people voted? Total?
It should be 2/3 of the people that were
28.
at Senate, not like.
No, but you
That's
can't.
what I just said. Like at
Can we look at the bylaws?
Or 30.
Bro, I'm telling you that if you're doing a revote on behalf of last week's minutes, and only the people that can vote who were here last week, because
Yeah.
we're in last
okay,
week.
but
Yeah.
even then we have those 4 votes. We
Wait,
still
Brendan,
have 2/3
do you plan on
of
changing
all
your
of
vote?
Senate.
Why did you vote no?
We're beating a dead horse.
I don't see it as beating a dead horse. I think I see it as continuing to like hold people accountable from the same thing, and I feel like that it's not beating a dead horse, but that we should have done this a while ago, and if we did, people wouldn't see it that way. Because, like, let's say like it was Hobby, and we had only held Jose accountable in the beginning, would all of a
I
sudden
just
everybody be
think
like,
that people feel that way because these trials take a long time. It was 2 weeks, so like honestly, I'm gonna be honest. 10 minutes walking out of this office, I'm gonna be over this. You know what I'm saying? But like,
Would you consider changing your vote?
I guess.
But if Sabrina and Peter fire her, we don't need to do all that.
I know, but that's like we
There's
don't-
a
we
but-
can't go off that. Like that's not a decision for us to make. Like the only thing we can do is
But-
just when we have the next Senate.
But you're recommending that like they consider that.
Yeah, what we're doing
I
is
think Peter already knows. Like, come on, Peter was a senator. He knows how we feel about this.
I think we still, because since the only thing we can do from our end is call for a revote.
Yeah, that's
We
all
can tell
do.
them. We can tell them this is how we feel and this is what we think you should do. But if they don't do it, we still have to do something.
Yeah.
So we
But
have
the
to
only
prepare
people
for it
who did that
regardless.
revote are those that were present.
So we need
Okay.
26. 24?
I send you guys.
Okay, so we need 4 more besides her 4.
no, we need. Oh yeah, but the thing is that that's assuming that everybody who voted no is
Felt the
gonna show
same.
up, or everybody who voted yes still shows up. Because like if somebody voted yes doesn't show up, then we lose a vote. So like, I don't know how realistic that is.
Was Bertha there?
Yeah,
Bro, I sent you guys a picture in the group chat.
Bertha said yes.
She wasn't there.
She's not gonna be here next.
She only missed one meeting.
If
but
we
wasn't
call
on
it an
Senate.
emergency Senate, she's not gonna be
Or
here.
you could just
No,
have
she
a
wasn't
retrial.
there.
I don't know.
Trial. She wasn't there.
She was, she
You took
voted.
too long.
Yeah, yes.
Can we just have
Oh,
it?
I'm
If you
sorry.
want to
She
change your
was
vote,
a-
you can.
Yeah.
She was
Rather than re-voting.
No, dude, that's not how it works. You have to go through the whole thing.
Then
Like,
we're
So we would have to redo the whole trial, but at that point, I feel like instead of
It's already like,
because Senate
there's
is,
like not many more Senates left.
and that's my thing is that I feel like at that point you might as well just take it through judicial. And honestly, like I should have just taken it through judicial first. The only reason I took it through Senate was because everybody kind of seemed down for like holding her accountable, and it was faster. But then all of a sudden it came down to it, and people were like, "Never mind."
So we need 8 votes.
Mm-hmm.
What else do you want me to say? I mean,
If Bannon considers changing his vote. If Waleski's considers changing her vote.
Brandon said he might consider.
That's true. Will Matt change his vote?
I don't think
Bro,
so.
I don't know. I'm not in the business of whipping votes either. So
No,
like,
yeah, we can't do that.
Yeah,
people are gonna vote what they want to vote for. I really could care less. Like,
Yeah, but then why are we gonna do the whole thing again if nothing's gonna happen?
Well, I think part of the reason of like doing the revote is so that like Mitra and her committee can make their official statement of like what they agree with and don't agree with. Because like if she keeps her vote as no, it's gonna stay like that, and anytime anybody looks back at them, and it's like that's what her vote will always be. So even when we had discussed like asking the president and the vice president to just fire her, I had still suggested making the motion to redo the voting just so that Mitra and her committee can like set the record straight of where they actually stand on the matter.
And I think too, like the senators that I mentioned earlier, like
right? Like
they will
what else
consider
what
changing
else
their
do we
vote
want?
just like Mitra would because of the
Anything else in our vote?
because nothing got done. You got me? And like they voted no on a promise that wasn't fulfilled and apparently has no intention of being fulfilled, which is why I'm saying that they might be able to reconsider.
alright, well, I'm done here. Rhodes is doing an amazing, beautiful job on this email.
Okay.
I got my trust in a homegirl. Just CC me.
Victoria, does your committee have a report?
Our last meeting is going to be November 14th. I think that is the plan. That is the planned day, but I have to talk to my committee first about it. So if you guys have legislation you want for the 19th or 26th, send it in by then.
Okay, so this is what I have so far. Matt, do you want to be on this email or no?
Let me see it.
Oh, sorry. I have you on here, but
Go ahead.
Did you already write it all?
yeah. I'm gonna read it out loud.
Isn't it saying the opinion that
Do you guys have the same last name?
No. Me?
Oh no.
You definitely don't have.
ERI.
Okay, so
Yeah, I mean, I guess. Send your
you want to
shit.
be on it?
Yeah.
No, I mean like,
No,
as in,
but do you
these are
understand
the
that
people who are
purpose?
requesting that she be removed.
Whatever, yeah. Go ahead.
Okay.
But do you agree with that?
I mean,
You
yeah.
need to stand by it, Matt. Like, you
I mean,
can't
I'm
be
saying-
wishy-washy.
Like I don't
I'm
want this
serious.
email to come out and then we come in and send it and you say that you don't want her removed from office again.
But I mean, if it's common consensus, I'll go with it.
But it's not about common consensus, it's about whether or
Yeah.
not that you
Like,
agree
we
with
need
this
to be a
opinion.
united front, if kind of thing. Like,
I mean, yeah, I'll vote yes on impeachment.
Wait, but didn't you have personal afflictions about this?
There's more of me going to her in the Jose situation stuff like that than I thought the professional thing to do would stop taking 2 steps backwards, not moving any forward. But if she needs to be removed, she needs to be removed. So put my name on that.
Alright, well, can we end this meeting then? Because I'm gonna leave.
Okay, let me read it.
Good reason.
Okay, so the subject is removal of the comptroller. Good evening. I am sending this email on behalf of the following Senate leadership officials. UPSC, Mitra, I've just listed everyone's names. Last Senate meeting, Comptroller Gonzalez, or Comptroller Carolina Gonzalez was removed. Was not removed.
Do you want me
by was not removed by Senate following the impeachment trial. Today at 5 p.m. we held a meeting with the committee chairs above and discussed the situation that transpired last Monday. Due to the severity of her actions with the contract and her violations of the
the ethics code. We agree that she should be held accountable for her actions in the form of removal. We are requesting that you remove Carolina Gonzalez from her position as comptroller. Just straight to the point.
Thanks.
You got my name right?
What you're adding to that?
Strongly worded conclusion.
Okay. Can you read it?
Oh, I didn't really. I was editing something.
Oh, okay.
Just grammar.
I was like, my name is on there. You gotta tell me what you're
Yeah.
writing.
And should I make sure my name's spelled right too?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. You want to look at it?
Yeah, your name's spelled right.
Richard, do you want both of your last names?
One would be enough. Like I use them interchangeably.
So what should the last one be? Kind regards. Thanks. Have a good
Kind
weekend.
regards.
Say, like,
No,
we hope you take this like I
Matter
guess,
seriously.
email or whatever concern very
Request.
seriously. Yeah, request seriously, and we hope to.
As
take
a
that
Senate, we
seriously.
are trying to, because as a Senate, we are trying to move forward. I don't know if you are
Yeah.
going to mention that in your email.
I'm gonna say kind
You say
regards.
you don't know if she mentioned
It's
it.
the most
I
passive
don't know if she
aggressive
already
way to do
mentioned
it.
that.
But I use it
I
anyway.
have like 8.
So I think it's a nice way
I
to
don't
say
know.
it, but apparently it's passive aggressive.
Yeah, when I'm angry, I sign kind regards.
I didn't know that because I signed every.
Now I know.
Those are my
When I
angry
get it.
emails. I'm
I sign all
kind
my emails
regards.
like that, so I guess everything's so angry all the time.
Alright, I'll put kind regards. Have a good weekend.
Just
and see
put
you
best.
soon.
Just put best, comma.
And Panther Pride.
No.
Panther Spirit.
Alright, it's
Sorry.
gonna be sent.
That's funny.
You writing this down?
Hmm?
You writing this down?
Who'd you send it to?
I mean, technically you're drafting an
You.
email, so it's not really.
You sent it to my email?
Just you.
Say
Yeah.
drafting
I sent
email.
it to everyone. CC'd everyone. Nah, you good. You good. We're okay. We got enough bad publicity.
That's good. I don't know what you mean.
All right, I adjourn this meeting. Woo.
Alright, just make sure to
Yes,
send.
report.
Just make sure to send your committee minutes and upload the drive, because like I'm still doing compliance reports, and
Yeah.
also
I'm pretty sure mine will have to do it.
I hope yours are up to date.
I have like
Look at the
8.
chachas.
Okay.
They're bi-weekly
Where
too.
you parked?
Gold, but I don't know if I'm like leaving. I'm just leaving this conversation.
Who's going to the soccer game tonight?
No.
Oh.
That was a no-go.
See what had happened was.
I was just stressed about this whole situation. To go to happy hour.
Thanks
Go to
for
happy hour and then
listening to this.
Matt.
That's what I'm doing.
Matt. 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 Matt.